Satnam, I'm Lillian Savoy with Awaken Change podcast, where we come home to our own body, our energy, and our soul. So today, my special guest is Axay Shah, and he is a raw food specialist. And I am just so excited to really dig in your brain today and to welcome this into my life, because this has been a recurring theme that has been presented to me, and somehow the universe brought you to me, and I'm going to bring you to our audience. And I know that you have a lot to share with us. So please take a moment, introduce yourself. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you, Lillian. Thank you for inviting me. It's nice to have on your show. Yes, I am not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm a businessman. And at age 50, I started feeling lack of energy. And that's what you're talking, energy of all kind. So physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. So that was, I noticed. And then I went to doctor. Doctor say, hey, Akshay, this is normal process of aging. You're getting old. Well, so I said, well, thank you very much, but I didn't accept that as a rebellious person. I wanted to find some other option. And I turned to Mother Nature. And Mother Nature gave me so many good information that, we as a human is the only species suffering with a lot of disease and all kind of health issue. And I started following nature. And today now I'm 67, and I ran 8 marathon. I'm going to run my 9th marathon with my daughter-in-law and son next year, March 2027. And so this is, I'm enjoying the life to the fullest. The age is not a barring, it's not going to stop me doing different activity. So that's what my just basic background. Now you can start asking me question. I know you have a million questions.
I have so many. Okay. Well, the funny thing is I'm turning 50 this year too.
Oh, and happy birthday.
Thank you. In less than a month. And so it's my season. It's the Leo season, right? And it's summertime, and I'm going to a specialist down in Florida to do some testing, and because I'm not happy with some things too that I'm seeing as I'm aging. And I would not say that normally I'm a perfectionist, but with my health, I tend to be very more perfectionistic, OCD type. In my laundry service, I am not, but in my health, I am.
That's good.
So I've just told you my weakness and my strength. So I think it really appealed to me reading, your website, first of all, is beautiful. So it's rawfoodiest.com. So y'all can check him out there. And though it's so colorful and beautiful and tied in with Mother Nature and her energy, you can literally feel it from your website. And
thank you.
And then, one thing I really saw on there, because people always want proof, like, what are these labs telling us, right? Because the labs, I was just having this conversation with my mom last night, because I was telling her about the podcast coming up and telling her that I'm making a trip down to Florida for the specialist. And, she said, all my labs show that I'm normal too. And, but she has rheumatoid arthritis and, osteopenia and osteoporosis and all that stuff that you're supposed to get when you're age. But at what point do you stop and ask yourself, do I actually feel good? Do I have enough energy to get up during the day and work and play and visit with friends? Did you wake up and you were like, I'm not feeling very, inspired? Because that's what I got from reading your website and just talking to you on the phone when we chatted. It was just, there's a lack of inspiration all of a sudden that hits you. And people forget to go look at the health part, at the food part, and they just go to what, the narrative is, which is What drug can I take? What pill will help me? What shot can I do? Instead of thinking like, oh, maybe I should have an apple instead of crackers. So tell us how, that journey was at 50, because I think that's really good for people to hear right now, because a lot of my audience is in that age range of, all right, I don't feel good. So what is it?
So most of the time, what other people do, and I'm watching this, very carefully within my circle, my family, friend circle, everywhere, they start taking pills. They go to doctor prescribe the pills. Hey, you have this, you have that, you have this, you have that. Start taking medication, and this medication is for you for life. It is not just temporary. Now that is the shortcut. People go to doctor and doctor prescribes and start taking, and most of the people, they don't have medical background, they don't understand what is going on. They rely on their doctor, they think that doctor is giving them the right advice, and they are in fact it's like they are trained to give the right advice, but due to the marketing, due to other their restriction, they have to give you some kind of solution, and the solution which for which they are trained, they are doing that their best. But
Yeah.
as a human, we have to see that what is my benefit. This is now my hard earned money. I'm giving it to the pharma, I'm giving it to the doctor, and I'm not still feeling good. Still, it is lots of side effect. There is no medication in the world which is so innocent, nothing going to happen. Not even a painkiller, even for headache. Anybody takes that, there is a side effect.
Yeah.
So now the doctor is giving you for remedy for whatever organ is not working properly.
Mm-hmm.
It may work temporary, okay, but then it's damaging another organ.
Yeah.
So now you are in this vicious cycle of keeping your health okay, taking pills after pills after pills. And somehow I was lucky, being a rebellious person. I didn't took doctor's advice, and I started going in deep into why we as a human, all everywhere, okay, this is not just a western problem, not eastern problem, everywhere in the globe, people are suffering with bad health. So what I noticed, one thing, very obvious thing, every species in a world on this planet is eating raw food except human. And human is the only species is suffering so much with all kind of disease. So I thought, why not raw food? Let's go back to the where we were before we start using fire for cook food. We used to eat raw food, and we survived for many millennia. So now let's go, and that was the experiment. I wanted to do it on myself. People called me crazy. People say, what? Whole world is eating cooked food. Why you want to eat raw food? But here, taking that challenge, I started doing raw food in 2009 out of just, we were celebrating my mother's birthday. And in the birthday, 5th of December, I just casually said, hey, I want to go on raw food 1st of January, the New Year resolution.
Oh, yes.
And my brother in law says, hey, Akshay, today your mother's birthday. You already ate. And that hit on my head. I said, yeah, what is in 1st January? Let me start from tomorrow. So from 6th of December, I started raw food without knowing anything, what is going to happen. How, a lot of people called me and they said, Akshay, my sister, my older sister, 6 years elder than me, she says, Akshay, you're crazy. You are going to fall sick. Raw food is not good for human health. This, and that. Who said that? Yeah, mom said. I said, okay, yeah, how mom knows? Her mom said. And this is how, so I understood that. But I said, let me try. If I fall sick, I will quit. I'm not going
Right.
to
You're
just
experimenting
go
on yourself.
forever. I'm not, yeah. So, and not only my sister, my nephew, he was a valedictorian coming out of the high school, 7 year scholarship for going medical school. He sent me so many medical articles. Uncle, raw food is not good for human consumption. You cannot eat it. You are going to fall sick and you are going to face a lot of problem later on.
Wow.
This is yeah. And same guy, same my nephew, become now oncologist, and he says, "Uncle, keep doing what you're doing," because he's seeing now my numbers. He's
Yes.
seeing my medical record. It's not my just fluffy talk. Is that so? That is what is the important, because nobody tried, nobody want to try, and everywhere there is a people. They are going, naysayer is going to be there. They are all skeptical people. You
Always.
cannot do this, you cannot do that, and they don't have any reason. If you ask why, oh, because our ancestor is doing that, so we have to do the same thing. And I'm glad that I didn't took that as a at par. Um, I admire them that because of their love and concern to me, they sent me those information. But today, I'm feeling so good that I stand on my ground and I start doing it. I start feeling good within 4 weeks. I've start because as I said, I didn't have any disease. I was not. I was okay, but I was feeling lack of energy,
Mhm.
which energy I had 30, 40s, I didn't have at 50s.
No, it's
So
definitely changed. It
changing, right?
changes overnight sometimes, I think.
Yeah. So that's the reason. And now I have same energy of my 30s and 40s. I can run marathons. I can do work. I'm doing so many things at the same day. Everybody have 24 hour a day, but I'm consuming that time in such a way to write a book, to write a poem, to enjoy music,
To
to do
have
my
fun.
work. Yeah,
To
that's
have
it. And that
fun.
all one can do it only and only if they have enough energy.
Yes, and in yoga it's like you have to stop and breathe and have a breath work practice because you're creating energy. Because as we get older, we breathe less, we breathe more shallow, we use our lungs less. I mean, it's a thing. So, right, you're always practicing this longevity, right? How to keep up because we do deteriorate. That's the natural process, but we shouldn't be going this fast, in my opinion, right? I shouldn't feel like I'm 90 in my 50s, right?
Right.
I want to feel 50 in my 90s.
So human is the only species on this planet surviving after reproduction age. All species dies after reproduction age.
Which
The
makes
minute they,
sense. Yeah.
yeah. So we are very fortunate. But so after reproduction age, if we were to survive, not only survive, we have to thrive. We have to understand the dynamic of energy. And as you said, yeah, that yoga, pranayam, and that the oxygen you take in your body, that creates the energy. Even anything you want to burn, if there is no oxygen, it cannot burn. Whether it's a gasoline or wood, need oxygen to burn. So
Yes.
in our body also same thing. But this is all this equation once people understand, and very simple. This is not as I said, I'm a businessman. I don't have medical background. If I can understand this, anybody can understand. This is so simple.
Because this wasn't what you went to school for. And even your nephew being an oncologist, it's so interesting. Like you're teaching him, right? And I'm curious, does he recommend a raw food diet now, or is it that's still against their medical training?
No, it's not against it. It is not against. He's not recommending. He's not saying. He's not asking people to
Yeah,
do it, or he himself is not. But he understands that the power of raw food,
which
and
and he's
not
witnessing you.
Yeah, not only me, every doctor, even my own physician, the doctor, he says, Akshay, what you're doing is very good. And it happens to be, one time my doctor was Indian, and he did it for 1 month, raw food. And he said, Akshay, this is so good. This is very good, but I'm going to quit. I said, why?
Why?
I I'm I'm so much addicted to the Indian food.
I
You
love
know that
Indian food.
yeah, so most of the people, not to forget about only Indian, but most of the people are addicted. They are hooked up to any particular kind of food
Yes.
because that's
Cheese.
what they did from childhood. So it is very hard to give up, and that is the reason I wrote this book. How to adapt. This is, you are not giving up anything. You are adopting the new lifestyle little by little, and that's how you can do it.
Like if you, because it was kind of funny after I talked to you a while ago, I was like, oh, we should try raw foods, because we already eat raw snacks, right? We eat, apples and carrots and seeds and stuff like that. So that's already in our diet. But our meals are cooked, right? So we'll have cooked meals, and Indian's definitely on the top of my list, which is great because it's like my favorite food. But it's also retraining the brain that we don't have to have a cooked meal. It's literally a new program, a new pathway. It's like, okay, my plate can be bananas and prunes, and it doesn't have to be spaghetti, tacos, hamburgers, even cooked fish on a salad. So I think part of this, because we didn't last at all. When my husband and I, after we talked to you, we tried to do it and we did not last at all. And then I decided, okay, we'll just take our time and start slowly doing like substituting meals out for a non-cooked meal. Because it's like quitting a smoking habit or, an alcoholic habit, or it's the same. It felt like the same to me because I was a smoker. So that's why I'm all health conscious now, because I smoked for 20 years.
Mm.
And so I have, revamped the lungs and fixed my health. And I do believe that everything can regenerate if you give it the right things.
Correct.
But training myself for a raw food dinner or a raw food breakfast when I'm used to eating eggs. So this week I did a little, not this week, I would say it's probably been 3 weeks, but we're right in the middle of Creole tomato season. So my favorite thing is Creole tomatoes, cucumbers, and avocados with a little balsamic vinegar.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good. Yes. So I've switched that out for my afternoon lunch, and it was easy because it was still my favorite foods. So I think, what are your main tips? Give me one or two, or even three.
So, Lillian, I admire what you did. You tried. And even you didn't survive, but at least you tried. Now, this is what you have, your first-hand experience with you. This is not somebody told you something and you did it, you experimented on yourself and your husband. Here is the thing, and that is the reason I wrote this book. Most of the people fail. I can tell you 90% people fail. And why they fail? Because they start doing raw food without understanding it. So don't even start raw food. First you understand, first it is the mindset. Why you are doing this? What is the reason you are doing it and what is your benefit? And how you can make it sustainable. So if once you do that, then I created the guardrail so people don't fall off. So it's like, okay, don't start 100%. I'm crazy. I started 100%, but I had my background. I did even this thing, crazy thing, when I was teenager, 15 years, 17 years. I did whole month salad, nothing but salad. I did whole month nothing but mung beans. even though it's cooked, but one item, it testing your willpower. It gives you, your discipline. So that's, I had that background. Everybody don't have this. As I said, everybody is not crazy like me. So you have to go slowly, take one baby step, add 20%, whatever you like. Then go from 20%. Let's say you did 20% for 3 week, 4 week. Then you go for 25%, then 30%, 40%, then 50%. That's how you slowly increment. If you do it gradually, it is going to become more adjustable, more, your brain is going to adapt it.
Yeah.
It's not going to revolt. It is exactly what you said. It is like a quitting cigarette. If anybody want to quit cigarette and say, okay, from tomorrow, and let's say smoking one pack, instead that, I'm going to do zero, they are going to fail. Instead, one pack, you do three, and then two, and then one, and then zero. That is doable. Something which is doable, then, do it. Some people can do it. I have seen people, they are heavy smoker and they quit like that.
Yeah.
But everybody is not same. So you have to understand where is your weakness and where is your strength. Once you understand that, and that is once you prepare yourself, this is the mindset. Once you have the mindset, then you can do it. That's how I did even my marathon. I never ran a 1 mile in my life. 1 mile. And at age 50, I took that challenge and I ran marathon. But how I did it, I went on to run on the street, and then slowly, increased the mile. First day it was 8 mile, then 9, and 10, and then so that's how you train yourself. And this is not only physical; it's a mental training also.
Yeah,
So
I think
food
it's
also same thing. Once you want to do it, now you are in favor of your health. This is not you're doing for anything else. This is not for name, fame, popularity, money, nothing like that. This is your anybody is doing for their own health. And you are the only person responsible for your health, not your spouse, not your parents, not your doctor, not your children. They are not at all responsible. You are responsible. So you take step, you decide what you want to do, you make a rule. But once you make a rule, be honest with yourself.
yeah. It's true. And
and
you
have
touched
that
on
discipline to
something,
follow it. Yeah.
and you touched on something that I think is passed over, but I can really relate to, because in different categories in my life, this shows up very strong in some and very weak in others, kind of like my laundry and my health, right? It's like very strong, very weak. But it's discipline.
Yes.
It's not only the mindset, but it is the discipline. It's the discipline to know that you have to train the mind. It's the discipline to know that you have to go to the store before you're hungry. It's the discipline to, be able to let things roll off your back when people make fun of you. Because for so long, I have a lot of vegetarian friends and I love eating vegetarian. I haven't made it to vegan yet because I like cheese too much, but I'll get there. I can give it up for short amount of time, like, a month or two, and then I have some cheese. But, we've been taught by the narrative that all, the vegan and all the plant-based foods, like the packaged stuff is, the quality of dog meat, and it's like prepared the same. So I just wanted to make it clear that we're not talking about the processed plant-based foods in the stores. We're not talking about the no meat, or the no sausage. Like, we're talking about really just fruits, veggies, right? In the front half of the grocery store on the edge, right? You're not actually building a raw foods and incorporating those processed packages, are you?
No, so the way I want to tell people, whatever you're doing, don't go, drastic, don't go 100%. Keep doing what you're doing. But knowing that, let's say, when you know that cigarette smoking is not good, alcohol is not good. Once you understand that, let's say people going AA, the first thing they have to do it, they have to accept that they need help.
Yeah.
If they say no, alcohol is good, doctor says it's fine, okay, so drink. Nobody can now help you. But once you say that, okay, I need help, I'm drinking too much. It's spoiling my life, my family life, my career, everything is I'm spoiling. So please help. So AA say what they do, there is a 12-point agenda. And then there's okay, first important, accept it. Here also same thing. Once you accept that this okay, you are eating pasta and pizza and whatever you want to eat and hamburger, hot dog. Okay, once you okay, this is all right now you're eating because nobody told you this is bad. I consider this, that I mean, cooked food is as bad as smoking cigarette. Now, that is a bold statement. And
It
most of the
is.
people get, what? Are you crazy? No, okay. I'm not asking anybody to do anything. Even my wife is an excellent cook. She used to do catering business, and I
Wow.
used to help her. And still, I'm helping her. She is not raw foodist. She is now eating more raw food, but still she is hooked up to the cooked food. And it is hard for most of the people. Everybody, they admire my lifestyle. I have not seen single person, they say, oh, what you're doing is wrong. But when it comes to practice, they said, no, it is not for me because I can't. My friend, I gave him lecture 1 hour over the phone. This is long back in New York. He was, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to do it. I really I need to because he was obese, diabetes, lot of problem. After a week, 15 days, I called, hey, how is going on? He said, Akshay, I can't do it. This is that because the food in front of me is so tempting. I got to eat it. So people are like that, they knowing that it is bad. So nobody can help this guy, my friend. Nobody can, no way in the world anybody can change his mind. He has to change his mind.
Right. We know this, huh? It doesn't work unless it's your idea.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very true. Well, what about, does it affect your relationship in any negative sense that you are a raw foodist and your wife is not, and she's a good cook? So that would be a double whammy.
Yeah. No, it is like it. You have to. It is like this. Um, you are who you are. You have to accept that this is you came into this world as whatever you are. Now, once you accept that, and then you have to accept that who everybody else is also the way they are. I have nothing against them, no matter who they are. So they have different ideology. Is okay. It's fine. That's the way they are. As far as they are not bothering me, I don't want to bother them. Every adult, including my kids, I don't tell them what to do. They are wise enough to decide themselves, and whatever they decide, it is their life. So I don't relationship is something which is you have to be not what somebody says. Some people are going to say something.
Yeah.
You hear 1 year and then let it go. That the crazy talk. But even your own family, I'm talking about your own family, brother, sister, husband, wife, kids, parents, everything. This is, and they will be sometime against it. And when they against it is a problem. There is a friction. Now
Yeah,
you don't
friction.
want friction in the relationship. So how you eliminate those friction? So you have to be very tactful. Anybody wants to, and people are going to say that. Okay, anybody wants to go for vegan or vegetarian or any change. First thing, people are going to slap you right and left. Hey, crazy! What you're
Yeah.
doing? Why you are doing? This is so good. We are, but if you explain that I'm doing for myself, I don't want to be like, let's say, whatever uncle or whatever the grand,
Yeah, heart
anybody
disease,
60s,
cancer.
70s,
Yeah,
and they are on walker and
right.
they take so many pills, and they cannot drive now, they cannot hear properly, they cannot see properly, they cannot read, they cannot enjoy music. And what is that life? That life is a punishment. It is not really life. That's, people say golden age. That golden age is so much with suffering. That's not really golden age.
No.
I want to enjoy the life the way I am enjoying right now.
Yeah.
I went with my kids, 8,000 feet up, backpacking, 65 pound on my shoulder. And
Nice.
I did for the first time. I never did backpacking. I did many time camping and stuff. But last the Father's Day, not this one, but one before, they gave me gift. Dad, let's go for a 3 night, backpacking. So my two son and myself, we went on, almost 9,000 feet height. I enjoyed it without any problem. And I stayed there also on raw food. They were skeptical. Dad, how? Okay, one day I ate only one avocado, and that was good. One day I ate some raw potato and sweet potato, and that was good. So
You eat
this is how
raw potatoes? Is that good?
Lillian, let me ask you, can you eat raw carrot?
I love raw carrots.
Okay, why you cannot eat raw potato?
I guess no one's ever offered me raw potato.
That's it. That exactly. My mom never taught me how to eat raw potato. Actually, all our parents, they say eating raw is not, you're going to have digestive problem.
I was never told that I would have digestive problems. We just skipped that step. I just was served hot food. I mean, there's no other way around it. It's just like,
That is true. I understand that. That is what I, I was eating like a pig. Before 50 years, my portion of eating food was so big, even though it was vegetarian, but I mindless eating, whole day eating. That's it. Anything in front of you, if you like it, whether you are hungry or not hungry, you just put it in your mouth.
and it looks
That was
good
the
and it tastes
mentality.
good.
It tastes good, and yeah. So, but then it is hurting you.
Yes,
It is
because
not
you're
helping you.
digesting trash.
You are eating something, your body cannot digest, it cannot absorb anything. Next day it goes out of your body. So that is senseless eating. Why you want to eat that? First up, a lot of people say, why you are eating raw food? I ask them, why you are eating any food? Forget about raw food. Why you are eating any food? Once you question that, I am eating the food because food is the fuel for the body. This is not, food is not to please my tongue and palate. That is nonsense. And that's how we grew up, that everything food is good for to please our palate and tongue.
Yes.
That
Yes. I mean,
that's
we're still trained like that. I mean, I am a foodie as far as, going out to my son has been gone for this whole week at camp. So my husband and I have been on our local restaurant tour. And so we haven't eaten all day. And then we have our nighttime meal at whatever new restaurant we're going to. And it's been so fun. But it's also been like a real nice break, like not having to eat breakfast or lunch and then just wait for like our gourmet chef meal at night, So I've had some of the most amazing meals. And I'm thinking, could I eat any of that raw? Because one night I had tuna, which I could eat raw. I could. It was seared, but I could have it raw. And my vegetables was a cucumber salad, which is raw. But everything else needed to be cooked with butter and yumminess. And
so yeah, that's how we are trained. That's how our brain is demanding, because that's what they are trained. So here, that is the what is important, that you have to first break that cycle. And once you understand that yumminess and that that's so good, it is good for a while. It is going to help you for few minutes, few hours, few days, but then you are going to pay heavy price in your golden age. And that is, if you want that, few days fun and then punishment for many years, it's your choice.
So you never go out to eat with your wife cooking and you eating raw food. Like you never go out to eat, right?
I go everywhere. I go, let's say, wedding party. I go any business party, and I go everywhere. But I stick to my rule. Hey, I'm eating raw food. Don't bother me. If it's a little piece of cake, and a lot of people, hey, today is your anniversary. Today is your birthday. You this much eat. I said, forget it. Zero. Nope. I don't. I don't. I am not offending anybody. But at the same time, people now knows that I am not going to give an inch for not even little bit, nothing. I This is how I survived for 16 years. I went to Punta Cana. I went to Bahamas. I went to India 1 month, an unknown place, and I
And what do you
survived.
have? Fruit and
Any so
anything that grew
fruits,
from the earth.
vegetable, nuts, seed, and most of the place. So here is the funny thing happened. Once, just yesterday, my son sent me the text that he used to work for Google in San Francisco. So I went there. Um, Morning they took me to one restaurant, and very busy restaurant, and so they ordered their food. Now nothing on the menu like raw.
Right.
So I called a waiter and said, okay, what you have? Vegetable, fruits, anything, what you have?
Yeah.
He says, we have avocado. I said, okay, bring me one avocado. So he decorated the avocado on the one plate, one avocado. And I took the picture, and my kid, they were laughing so much. They said, wow, you made something which is, available. And I ate. That was my breakfast.
And
So
it was
what?
delish.
It is so delicious. It's
Yeah,
so
so
good.
delish.
So that's what I go, even on the cruise. People, my all friends, and it was business trip, and so I enjoyed it. And they have they bring so much actually. I want just little. So what I'm trying to say, when you do it, there will be resistance. There will be some people, they are going to call you crazy, and you have to understand that, okay, that's fine. But same people is going to call you wise after a few years, because then they are taking so much pills. And now you are going on hiking and biking and snowboarding or whatever you are doing it.
Yeah,
You are
all of
doing
those,
it.
please. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm doing all those things. And actually, my one of friend, they say, okay, you should go for triathlon. And I'm thinking to go for it at 67. It's okay, I can do it. Only thing is, right now, I don't have time to train myself. Cycling is good, running is no problem. I'm doing marathons. The only swimming, I love swimming, but I didn't do it for many years. So I have to train myself. So what I'm trying to say, if anybody wants to do something, you have to train yourself. How you want to enjoy your life, in a golden age, if you cannot hear properly, you cannot enjoy music. Now cannot
See.
read it. You
Yeah.
cannot have even good communication, because now your brain is not working. You are forgetful. You are forgetting the words, and all those things is coming. Is 100% way is you can do is like how to avoid as long as possible, how to push it back. And that's the only way. What you put in your mouth, if you start thinking about it, that will give you the solution.
So what's in your book as far as recipes, tips, mindset? Tell us what's in your book and
So
what can we
sorry,
expect?
no recipe. I teach you how to fish. I don't give fish. So
I
no
love
recipe.
that. I'm married to
Yeah.
a fisherman and a marketing guy that does fishing captain. So I get that.
Oh, right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like this. Once you understand the fundamental, there is some, what I do, I write, but that's not the recipe. I just say, okay, this is what good for the nutrition and this, that, everything is good. But then whatever available, let's say in Los Angeles, is maybe not available in Louisiana and
Yeah.
maybe not available in Sydney. And I have people everywhere. And I want to create this is not only for the local community and not only one particular community. This is the global problem. And people are from South Africa. I had a podcaster, and she was in the corporate officer, and she wants to do this. This is how we want to do it. This is actually, once you understand, it is not hard. Only the hard is to accept it.
Right. The
Then
addiction, the mental
addiction.
capacity.
Correct. And then once you break it, it is easy. In my book, I say that's a guideline that, okay, this is how you start it. Then you are not going to notice the difference. Write down the difference. I even gave the PDF one can download from my website, 30 days course. Then, and I'm not charging for anything. I'm not selling anything, first of all. That's not my goal. This is not I'm doing for name, fame, popularity, money. This is just I'm now 67. Maybe I live 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year. Who knows? But I want to give back to the world at large. I came to this country with $20 in pocket. I have everything right now. So, I want to enjoy it. I want to give back. And that's the giving is the biggest joy.
Yeah. And what you started off saying is that we need to find our why, right? You found your why of giving back and really living this, right? Living and embodying it, mind, body, and spirit. And now you can actually give back and say, I'm living proof. Right.
Yes.
And that is a big deal. And that's how I, do my spiritual practice and my guidance system. It's like, okay, I've tested it out on me. You can call me crazy, but I've tested it out on me. And if it works for me, I know it'll work for you. If you want to come into my realm. Right. So if we want to go into your realm, then we just have to get your book and kind of dive in and start working with the mindset.
Yes, exactly. And for those skeptical people, I gave my own 21 year of medical records in the book so people can see it. This is because I know most of the people, including myself, skeptical about everything. Whatever people say, there are so many things they are saying. So you don't have to accept everything. You have to ask why, yeah. And once you ask why and what and how, and then you get your answer, you convince yourself. Nobody can convince you. Once you convince yourself, then you found your own truth. This is not my truth. This is not Lillian truth. This is your truth. So somebody who wants to change their life, first accept it, think about it. Thinking is mother of action. Once you take the action, whatever that action is, then stick to it for a while. Don't give up. There will be some hurdles. And then once you stick to it, it is going to produce the result. That result is whatever it is, even if it is negative. Let's say some people cannot do it and they feel this or that or whatever. Why? What happened? Where I went wrong? So it's like this. If you start a business and sometimes business is not going as per plan, so then people sit down, what happened? Where we went wrong? And they find the solution. They don't just close the business.
Right.
They then find the solution and they go for this is because I'm businessman. This is coming in my mind. And then once you find the solution, you are thriving now. And everybody, whether you're Steve Jobs, started from the business from the garage and now the biggest company of the world, or you are just anybody else, the problem is going to be there. You have to stick to your whatever you decided. That is what he decided. I want to do this. I want to give the Apple phone, iPhone to the world. There were so many other phone makers, but okay, I want to go and do it my way. And he survived. He failed also many times. But that is how it is. Once you fail, people. One my elder, the friend, he says, Akshay, you are prone to fail. I said, that's fine. I mean, I failed so many times for so
Yeah.
many other,
What's
but that's
another
fine.
failure, right? At this
Yeah.
point, it's
So
like, let's just try again.
yeah, and that's how it is a progress. It is not perfection.
Right.
I'm not going for perfection. I'm not asking anybody for go for perfection. Go for progress. Notice the progress. See that what how you want to live your life, because everybody from the birth to the death, we spend the time on this planet. That is life. Okay, whatever that as many years or whatever the time is. Now we have to decide how this one life we got on this planet, how we want to live. Whether we want to live like any other animal, just eat, reproduce, and die, or we want to give meaningful life. We want to do something meaningful, not only just for family members, not only just for community. Whatever you can do it. It is that's how then it is little bit kind of spirituality there. This is the we are part of the universe. Whether you want to accept it or not, you everybody, we are the part of the universe. If we align with the universe, the life will be wonderful. If you don't, there will be friction. It's that simple.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. I feel like you're really speaking to me, and I hope that everybody listening, you're also speaking to them, because it's not only a challenge, which I love a good challenge. Like I've run years of my business running challenges because I think that we do have to experiment on ourselves. We do have to challenge ourselves, and we do have to get uncomfortable to really learn how our own body heals, since we are our own healers. No one else can be your healer. You have to be your own healer. And I know healing is starting to be a buzzword, but really we can heal ourselves, but no one can do it for you. And I love that Mother Earth, who's, just my guru, right? Mother Earth is bringing this message to everybody to present a challenge. Like, can we even begin to think about eating a raw potato, eating a raw sweet potato, going down the aisle? And I'm sure you eat raw onions.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh. Okay. What about raw garlic?
Yes, I'm not eating that much garlic, but yeah, if there is a garlic, I will eat. No
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. So, give me your top 5 favorite raw foods?
So I love all fruits. Fruits is everything is good.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yesterday I bought some from market, but I have 30 fruit tree on in my backyard. So I'm
Wow.
getting a lot of fruits from backyard. So, but I love mango a lot, but it's not available. So whatever available in the season, that's what I eat. I
Okay.
don't go for any particular, and I'm not crazy for mango. I love mango, but it's not that I need mango 365.
Right.
It's not like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So eat whatever fresh available in the market, and then it's like for five particular food you want to. It's like love avocado. It's very rich, very is good.
Satisfying.
Yeah, I ran actually my not the previous one, the one before, whole marathon on one avocado and
Mm.
and two banana in that morning. So yeah, it's a good. Then I second the best vegetable nutrition wise is sweet potato, and with the orange flesh, not the
Yes.
white flesh,
Okay. Yeah.
because it's in the U.S. Nutritional Index. The sweet potato has the highest nutritional index, 184. Second one is a regular potato, which is not the same family, just a name potato. It is only 100, and there is nothing in between. So I eat a lot of sweet potato. A lot of means at least 2 days, 3 days a week. Avocado also 2, 3 days a week. And sometimes I mix it. But I don't mix too many fruits or too many vegetables. I eat only couple
A couple at a time.
at a time. So it is
Okay.
easy. It is like if once you do multitasking, you are not good at anything.
Right.
But once you do focus on particular work, then you can do it better. Same way, if we eat too many things, our digestive system is going to get confused.
Yeah.
What to absorb. So and more important is of course important is what you eat, but more important is what you absorb. If your body is
Yes.
not going to absorb, it is all going waste.
Yeah.
So
That's been my issue is absorption. And that's what I'm personally working on.
so I will tell you that. So it's the second one is sweet potato, regular potato, and I take also leafy green. So
leafy greens.
yeah, it's green, whatever spinach and all those stuff, and as spring mix, I bring it, and sometimes regular, or you make smoothie and just consume right away. But these are a few things which is I'm eating regularly. And I don't tell people you eat also same way. I tell people what you like, start that, and
Right.
then right now everything on your fingertips. You ask Dr. Google and they tell you, what is good. You ask AI and they will tell you what is good, what is bad, and this that. And so you become your own researcher. That's the only way. Because if I tell you, okay, sweet potato is good, okay, go ahead and research whether I'm telling you the data 184 is a real number or not. So, people, they have to challenge. I love challenge. People, hey, whatever you wrote here, it is not. I say, okay, tell me where I am wrong. So, because I love to, I don't want to see that anybody accept at par, just accept because I said, or just the people, your audience should not accept even just because Lillian said. They have to challenge, they have to practice, they have to experiment, they have to
Right.
research, they have to do something. Then only it is really practical information. Otherwise, it's just fluff. So yeah, that is and for your what you said, you have to work on your digestion. The most of the people have problem because in our tummy we have microbiome. Microbiome is absorbing, digesting the food, right? Now, microbiome need to survive fiber. We as a human, we are not eating that much fiber.
Right. Yeah.
So all the processed food, zero fiber. All meat, zero fiber. So more vegetable and nuts and fruits is because it gets more fiber. Now human cannot digest dietary fiber. We cannot digest. It is not for us. That is for them,
The system.
for the microbiome.
Yeah.
So once the microbiome get their food, now they are going to thrive. They are going to work better. It is like this. If you have factory and all your workers are not healthy, they are not going to work well.
Right.
So if your workers are healthy, mentally and physically, they are going to work solid. Our microbiome in our factory, in a tummy, they are working 24/7, 365, and you are not feeding them right food. What? You are eating junk, processed, cooked food, meat, and all those stuff. It is not good for the microbiome. And you don't, anybody, your listeners should not take my word as it. Just go ahead and check it out, whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Yeah.
So
check
when
Google, check AI, test it out, read your book, eat a raw potato, like do all the things yourself.
Yeah. And then you see that once you have that your tummy got tuned with the fiber, first early stage fiber is going to give you gastric trouble and all those problems. But any change in the life is kind of little challenge. You're mentally, physically is not going to adapt right away. It is going to take time to accept it. So be it, that little couple of days discomfort is fine, that you
I
have to
found.
take it, but then it is not discomfort for your life.
Yeah. And the challenges that I did was I would tell everybody in about two. Now, my challenges were a lot more spiritual, mindset, self help, right?
Mm.
Self love, all that kind of stuff. So, but in the first 2 weeks, I could almost pinpoint the day that they would have healing reactions and healing crises. So just changing that. So you could probably, just an idea, if you wanted to do a challenge with your raw food, you'll probably pinpoint. I can tell you on my challenges, day 10 was like when they were going to need to call me or when they were going to have some kind of shift. So if you're saying 2 weeks, right, to get the microbiome back on,
Actually, to get proper result, at least 3 week. three
three
week
weeks.
if you
Okay.
do it, yeah, your system is going to start accepting it.
Okay. So 3 weeks. So that's good. Okay. Well, I'm excited to read your book and do all the things. And I had a wonderful week of, 2 weeks of fresh Creole tomatoes and avocados and cucumbers and all of that. So I'll have to continue. I still have 3 tomatoes in my kitchen. Um,
Mm.
but, and then we're apple people too. So we'll start there. And then hopefully you and I will keep in touch and we can, see how it's going.
Yeah, read the book, practice whatever you like, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe if you find some question, if you find something, one particular chapter you want
Mm-hmm.
to discuss in detail, I'm ready, I'm here. As I said, I want to give as much as possible to everybody. So,
So
if your audience, if anybody gets help spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. This is the whole package. This is not only just because to understand. Once you understand this, you start understanding Mother Nature.
yes.
Once you understand Mother Nature, then you are going to understand your own existence, who you are, what you are doing. This is again little spiritual, and then you are aligned with the Mother Nature. All your listener, once they are getting help from you spiritually, and but to make it to work even better, because spiritually good is not going to work long way, because if the physically and mentally they are not good. So this is
That's right.
has to be all
The whole
multi-pronged,
package.
yeah, package. That hey, spiritually, of course, if they are good, is very very good. That's the number one, important thing. But also mentally and physically, if they are good, now everything is working in synchrony. It is going in the right direction. Everything is aligned. It's not that it's in your car is one wheel is not working well. Your whole car is going to
So
not work well.
true. That
So
literally
your
happened to my daughter this weekend.
yeah, so all four wheel has to be aligned. So this is how it itself. If you do this, it is. I enjoyed it. I was not knowing so many things. As I said, I'm being a businessman and no medical background. Now people are taking my book. Even doctors are. Yesterday, one doctor made a whole food presentation, and he used my book, and even a lot of people bought it from that presentation.
I love
uh,
that.
and Book Life is a publisher weekly. Just last week they give their critic review, and I'm so fortunate that they at the end they wrote, the fan of uh, Michael Greger, Dr. Michael Greger, and fan of Dr. Dean Ornish. Dr. Dean Ornish was the doctor for President Clinton. They
Wow.
wrote so many books, and they compare my book with their book. I'm
How
so happy. I said, oh my gosh,
cool.
this is
Yay. That's so awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really like your passion and love, like coming to fruition. I mean, and sharing it with the world. I mean, this is God's work.
Yes, actually, I'm saying that this is the calling from Mother Nature.
Yeah. This is Mother
Yeah,
Nature at best. I mean, this is why we connect with the divine. Like, this is it,
right, right.
you know?
I cannot say that this is all my wisdom and this, that. No, no,
Mhm.
nothing mine. This is all I got wisdom from Mother Nature.
Mhm.
Mother Nature used me as a tool since I was doing this from childhood, my 15 year, 10 year. It is crazy. Who is doing this 15 years and eating whole month? So,
Well, you've changed me. And, like I said, I like a good challenge, but I mean, you've changed me to look at just in the short time we've known each other. So, I mean, I think you'll have a lot of impact on a lot of people in the world. And I definitely wish you the best because I love this topic and could talk about it forever. So, well, let's end with telling people they can find you on rawfoodiest.com, which is Foodiest, like FOODIEST.com, right?
correct.
Okay.
Extra E there for education.
Okay. And then In Nature We Trust, which can be found. Where do you want people to go? Amazon and buy it?
Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon is right now is the best. It is
Okay.
available right now on 3 format: digital, paperback, and hardcover.
Okay.
Lots of information there. Even all the
Did you do a ebook? I mean, audiobook?
audiobook is in process.
Okay.
People are demanding now audiobook, and then they demand, Akshay, I have to narrate it. I have to in my voice. And right now at this point, I don't have much time
Yeah.
because it's require a lot of time. I have all the tools and equipment in my house. I have little studio in my house, so that's not the problem. Equipment is not the problem. The problem is time because it's
It
require a
always
lot of
is.
time.
It's always
So
the time.
yeah, and so I'm thinking to do it myself. If not, I'm going to give it to somebody. But that is right now not in a project. It is not happening right now. It may
Okay.
happen 6 months, 1 year down the road. But I'm already working on my second book, so let's see how
Yay.
it goes.
Okay, well, we look forward to that. And thank you so much for coming on Awaken Change podcast. And I hope this reaches millions and helps millions.
Thank you for inviting. Yeah, I hope everybody gets the better health.
Satnam.
This podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. Please use your own discernment and seek professional care when needed.